What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to the Cool First Culture Podcast. Thank you, as always, so much for spending some time with me today. This is Jeremy, and I'm going to jump right into kind of the thoughts today. I've had lots of conversations with my daughter about sports and mindset and just all kinds of things surrounding that, really over the past several years. But I think the last couple of years has especially been just trying to really pull teachable moments out of what she's going through. And that was no different last night. Pretty much every night here lately, just talking about some different things. But it's not that last night was a different topic than it has been before, or really something that I've not said before. I've said the same things several times to her, but just really kind of thinking through where she is and I guess even where my emotions are about where she is and the things she's dealing with. And so kind of where that conversation is going is that she gets so wrapped up in the words of her coach. When she over and over again sees other teammates getting praised constantly, but never gets that herself. It just, you can tell it obviously wears on her and causes a lot of issues with her. When she does good and he's not watching, but he's watching something else. When she's fought for years to get a starting position and finally gets to be able to start, and then a few days later she's back to not starting. But there wasn't anything that has happened to cause that change. All these things just tear her up. Just rip her heart out basically every single day. And, there's a lot of other things going on behind the scenes as far as why I'm paying so much attention to this and this and that. For several years, my wife and I were very concerned that she was playing softball for the wrong reasons. Her mother, her biological mother, was a really good softball player. Basically, that's what she was known for. That's what she lived for in her younger days, and that's what everybody in that family talks about is athletics and everything revolving around that. And definitely got the sense that that's why she wanted to do it. And that's, not that there's anything wrong with that particularly, but we had to really watch the levels of healthiness that was there, because it got to a point where she was pushing herself so hard to live up to an image that, for one, she didn't even truly know what it was like, because she never saw her mom play sports, any sports. So the vision she had in her head was just something that was concocted by everybody's stories around her, which I don't have to say are going to be higher than the actual story, And so she really really struggling with living up to other people's expectations. It wasn't our expectations, as in my wife and I. We were actually kind of on the other end of it. We wanted her to get out of that situation because it was something that we felt was not very healthy for her. But, we're just trying to find a balance of that is something that she feels a tie to her mom. And her mom is no longer with us. And so, as long as we can keep this connection going in a healthy way, I want that to happen for her. We just got to keep it on that side of the line. But anyway, so getting back to recently, there's obviously a lot tied up in her as far as what she's worth, her value, if she's, quotation marks, doing good or not, doing bad, all wrapped around the words, the actions, the attention of her coach. And this has frustrated me so very much for quite a while. I'm not one of those parents that thinks every one of my kids should be playing every minute of every game because they are the greatest in the world. I'm not that. I'm realistic. I know that there's not another person in that school that is able to outwork her. But I also know that, there are girls that are more talented than her. But how she has been treated over the years has really been a struggle for me to figure out where I play a role in it. I obviously am and have always played a role as in behind the scenes, talking with her, trying to counsel her, things like that. And I've tried to stay out of direct contact with coaches and things like that, because there's never been anything just egregious. It's just stuff that is just frustrating for a parent. But we're now getting into a point now where the conversation last night was, you can't allow your self-worth to be tied up in anything that comes from somebody else. Something I told her a few days ago was, just because somebody doesn't see the value that you have, see the value that you bring to that team, doesn't mean you're any less valuable than you are. They're just not seeing you. So, a couple of reasons I bring this up. One is just because, kind of like I do regularly on here, if it's something on my heart, on my mind, something I'm dealing with, it's just a way to kind of talk it out and share, because chances are there's others out there that are kind of in the same situation. But really, another reason is just the parallels of this particular personal situation in my life to what a lot of people out there are dealing with. How many of you out there feel like you aren't able to be proud of yourself or able to be confident in yourself unless somebody is telling you did a good job, unless somebody is giving you, the good assignments, or unless somebody else is constantly having to make sure you hear how valuable you are. There's times in my life that I know that I've dealt with that too. I don't think it's a very consistent issue with me, especially with recent years. I've definitely began to learn that I don't care what people think of me. I don't care if people see the value that I bring to the table. I'm going to bring it to the table because this value is something that it's not me. I didn't create the value that I have. I did not. It's nothing that I did that makes me special. It's the gifts that God gave me that make me special. It's the gifts that God gave me that are valuable. And that being the case, I cannot keep it to myself. I cannot just tuck it into a pocket because they don't really think that I've really got anything worth saying. They don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't take me seriously. I don't care, because that might be true, but who else is in that room? They are not the only reasons that I exist. If there are people out there that don't want to hear what I say, if there are people out there that want to scoff at the way I speak or the topics I speak about, that's fine with me. I don't care. It's not going to quiet my message. It's not going to slow the progress that I'm here to create. It's not going to deter me for taking advantage of opportunities that I've been given. Because every single time an opportunity arises that I am able to take advantage of, I get confirmation that I am doing what I am supposed to be doing. I am reaching people that need to hear my message. And it doesn't matter if there are 100 people that want to gripe and complain, make fun of, belittle, write off, and everything else, who I am and what I do. As long as there's that one that needed to hear it, I'm keeping it on the track. I'm keeping the momentum going. I am pushing forward. I am sharing the message that I have to share. Nobody on this earth will put a value to my life. Nobody on this earth will put a value to the message that I have to share. It doesn't matter that, if I go the next 20 years and I never gain another follower, if I never gain another download of this podcast, if I never do anything else that from the exterior looks like something that statistically should happen. If I never accomplish anything worth accomplishing by this world's standards, I know I am still doing what I need to do. I know that I am still adding value to others. I know I am still able to plant seeds of change, of inspiration. And I know that if there are people out there that need to hear my message, as long as I keep sharing it, God will make a way for them to hear it. And that's all that matters. You know, something else that I've told her several times lately. I know it's frustrating when you don't get the opportunity to play. I know it's frustrating when you see everybody else making the same mistakes that you do. Maybe even at a higher frequency than you do. But they're the ones still given those opportunities over and over and over while you sit and watch. I know that's hard. I know it's frustrating. But I know how hard you work. And at the end of each day, you've got to be satisfied and fulfilled and happy with that hard work. That's the best you can do. If we are truly saying that we did the best we could do today, I gave my best effort, I took advantage of that opportunity to my best ability. You know, it might not get any traction. It might not gain me any playing time. It might not, further my reach. Whatever. But I put everything I had into it. If we could truly say that, then we need to be at peace with that. The work is enough. Our effort is enough. Stop letting the world define who you are, who you should be. If you're good enough, if you're worthy, stop letting the world define your worth. God knows how much you're worth. He knows the value that He has given you. His love is unconditional, and He does not care how many others feel the same way. You have been put here for a reason. And as long as we are faithfully pursuing that purpose, nothing else matters. We give what we have. We push. We move. We take a step. We crawl. We drag ourselves. Whatever it takes, we keep going. We keep sharing our message. We keep putting the value out there that we have, because it's ours. It's nobody else's. Nobody else out there has the value that I have. And that's not a cocky statement, a snotty statement. That's a statement I say with 100% confidence, because I know there is nobody out there that has been blessed in the way I've been blessed, that has been given the message I've been given, that has lived the life and the story that I have lived. And so, all that being the case, nobody has the value that I have. Just the same as I don't have the value that you have. That doesn't mean it's any better or worse. It just means that we are unique. We were made on purpose for a purpose. And that purpose will not be filled by anybody else here. So if we choose to keep that inside and be comfortable and be safe and be quiet, the world will go without that value, that message. You are robbing countless people of something that they need to hear. It is not ours to take and hide. It is ours to share. That's why we were given it. So I'll try to wrap it up here, but I truly, as you can probably tell, I'm truly passionate about this whole area, and it's frustrating when I see great people just torn apart because they've allowed others to set the price that they are worth, to set the value of their own life. And so I want to speak up as loud as I can and tell you that that is not going to happen anymore. Nobody will tell me what I am worth. I know what I'm worth. I know that the message that I have to share has no competition. As long as I am speaking authentically from the heart of who I am, no one will compete with my message. Because nobody has my message. So what is yours? What is your message? What is your story? What is your purpose? What is it that you've been holding on to? Whether that be because just out of fear, out of discomfort, whatever it is, what do you have to share that you aren't sharing? Where is your value at? How are you letting yourself perceive what you are worth? The world needs you. The world needs your story. You were perfectly made for an extraordinary purpose. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Love all of you out there. I look forward to getting back on and sharing some more of whatever it is that I've got on my mind. So thank you for your time. Until next time, stay humble. Do work.